Hey, no! Oh my gosh, Jackson. He just dumped all the salt out. My salt shaker has large openings in it, and he just dumped the whole thing out in 2 seconds. It's empty. I'm trying to share on mine, but it won't let me. So, there's salt all over the table right now. So, I decided I am going to do a ditch and switch series. So, once a week I'm going to try to get on and talk about like one household item that you probably use, because I know I used them forever, around your house that you wouldn't, maybe you wouldn't think that, you know, anything of it, that they're not toxic, but there's a lot of things that surprisingly are full of chemicals and toxins, and I think the more that you're aware, the more it becomes clear how many things we actually use on a daily basis, several times a day, that have chemicals in them. So tonight, my pick is candles. I used candles for years. You know, I think everybody enjoys their house to smell nice, and candles are a great quick way to just go light them up and without any thought. Without any thought to it, you just light them and burn them, and it smells good, right? But actually, candles have a lot of toxins in them. Most candles are made with paraffin wax that is actually, it can be derived from like coal or shale oil, petroleum waste, which is actually a product that is chemically bleached, and when you burn it, it emits a lot of toxic, sorry you guys, it emits a lot of toxic and harmful vapors into the air that you're breathing. So in turn that creates, you know, a pretty unhealthy environment, really, and the more that you would burn a candle, the more exposure you're going to have to it. So some of those toxins that burn off into the air are things like benzene, acetone, and I cannot pronounce this word, toluene, I don't know, T-O-L-U-E-N-E. You can look that up if you'd like to see how to pronounce it, or I don't know how to pronounce it. But all of those ingredients are actually known carcinogens. And I know that there are like healthier candles that you can burn off, like soy and beeswax, and there's a couple other ones out there. But those candles actually still contain toxins also. A lot of candles these days that claim to be soy or beeswax candles, a lot of them are not 100% those products. You know, there's just a small portion of those, and then the rest will be paraffin or whatever other thing that they would combine in to make the wax for your candle. So while burning a healthier candle, it is a little bit healthier. There's less soot that burns into the air, so there's less of those chemicals that you're breathing in, and especially, like, you know, there's a whole lot less than what is paraffin based, but they're still there. So an alternative to that an alternative to burning candles that I know is 100% safe. Zero toxins emitting into your air, zero pollutants, zero benzene, acetone, zero waste products that come from it, is diffusing essential oils. And so like I said, there's zero chemicals in essential oils. They are actually 100% pure and potent, which means that there is nothing added to or taken away from the doTERRA's essential oils. They even actually are a CPTG standard oil, which means a certified pure therapeutic grade essential oil. And each batch is tested. Like they go through like this rigorous testing process to ensure that only the top quality oil gets bottled up and shipped to you when you buy it. I mean, there's all kinds, I know there's other kinds of essential oils out there too. There's not just doTERRA, but I know a lot of people think, oh, grocery store oils. Yeah, you can get them from the grocery store. Yes, they smell good, but those grocery store oils, they don't go through the same testing. They are not 100% pure. They oftentimes have additives in them and fillers, and it ruins the quality of the oil, and it no longer is, those ones are not pure. So it kind of diffuses the purpose of ditching and switching when you want to try to get rid of burning candles and the toxic fumes if you get a grocery store oil. Yeah, hi. So I think that's pretty cool that, that essential oils are really cool, like ditch and switch, and it's super easy. It's a really great way to ditch and switch and get away from candles, and you can still have your home smelling really good. And the fun part, like if you buy a candle, you gotta burn through it for a long time before it burns away, and you're either stuck with that same scent for a long time, or you just quit burning it and you get a new one and start on that one, and then you just have this buildup of candles. You just have a huge stash of candles. So anyways, my favorite part about diffusing is that you can create your own smells whenever you want to, especially if you have like if you have a diffuser in each room. That allows you to switch up your scent too in every room. But here this is what life is like. Trying to do a business and have kids. So this is my diffuser from doTERRA, and it's a pretty cute little diffuser. It looks like stone. I just want to show you real quick how easy it is to use one of these. But this lid just pops off, and there's a little tiny chamber in there that you can fill with your water and add your drops of oil into it. So some of my favorite blends that I like to use are like spicy, like cinnamon and clove. I like all the fall blends, like basically all times of the year. I like the fresh scents, so like lemon, lavender, peppermint, like those are really all like great. Or orange, wild orange is so good. And it also provides kind of a therapeutic thing too, because when things smell good, I don't know, some of them, like the orange and the peppermint, they have like uplifting properties, so you can diffuse it while you're cleaning your house, and and if you can blend your own, you can mix and match. So like lately I've been doing cinnamon bark and cedar wood, And I've been mixing in a little bit of wild orange with it and clove. But I mean, it's endless. There's actually even a book called Essential Life. I can't remember what it is. But even doTERRA has an app. So if you want like different ideas or if you're stuck on, you don't know what blends to create, you can, Pinterest is a great outlet to go on. I go on there all the time and just type in essential oil diffuser blends, and so many come up, and there is some good ones. So I have like a whole like folder especially like created for blends that I've just been slowly going through the checklist and making them every day. But it's actually allowed me to grow to start creating my own little blends of what I like. But there's also alternatives. Sometimes we don't want to blend up our own. doTERRA actually has some pre-blended stuff. And Balance, it's backwards, but Balance is one of my favorites. It's a grounding blend, and it has spruce, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and this one is really good. It's kind of an earthy, warm blend, but you know, they have other ones too, but that's just an example. This is just one of my favorites. They have one called Purify, and they have one called Align. One of the newer ones that they just released is called Serenity, and that one has lavender in it, and that one's a really calming, relaxing blend. But diffusers, let's just talk about actual diffusers for a minute. They are really safe to use. You don't have a flame burning, so if you have kids around in the house, they can't knock it over and it can't light anything on fire. There's some warning labels sometimes, I don't know how often it happens, but there's little warning labels on there about placing a candle too close to something and getting hot and possibly igniting something. But diffusers are really safe. You have no flame. There's a timer on it. You have on the one that I have, I can set it for 2 hours, 5 hours, or 10 hours. I can change if I want a light, the light feature on it. I can change the light feature. I can actually change the mist on it. So if I want it to diffuse at a more powerful mist, I could do that, or I can do it on a smaller mist, so it'll go for longer. But 2, 5, and 10 hour timers, and I can set that to my preference, and when it reaches that timer, it will automatically shut off. Or if your water level is starting to run out, it actually has a sensor in there, and when the water level gets to a certain point, if it hasn't reached its timer yet, it will shut off before the timer. It's a pretty cool safety feature, but it's super easy to use. You just pop that lid off and add your water, and then select your oil. You know, if you're looking up a recipe, put however many drops of each oil in there that you want, and put the lid on and turn it on, and you're good to go. Let's see, there was something else that I wanted to touch on, but can't remember what it is. I have a little cheat sheet so I wouldn't forget, but I must have forgot to stick it on my paper. So yeah, that is just one way that you can do a ditch and switch in your house for a healthier life. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out and message me or comment me below. If you want some more information on the oils or diffusers, go ahead and let me know. Whatever questions you have, just feel free to ask me, because I'm here to help you guys ditch and switch, right? So I hope you guys stick around. Next week I will have a different topic that I will pick about. If there's something that interests you guys that you maybe want to hear some more information on for the ditch and switch stuff, I wouldn't mind if anyone wants to give suggestions on any kind of other household products. And I can talk about those for you guys too. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.